Good evening, everybody. Rev.Dave Roach here again, coming to you on the last 20 minutes or so of this Halloween, this evil and ungodly holiday. Now, I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about some of the things, the state of our nation. Now, today, you will have seen, unless you've been living under a rock today, or have no interest in the affairs of our government, you will see that the House of Representatives voted on having an impeachment inquiry of our president, Donald Trump. Now, there are those of you in the Christian community who don't like the president. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. You can like or dislike whoever you like. That's your right. However, that does not change the wickedness that has been done today and has been done up to this point against this man. He has been under constant attack since the day he even announced his candidacy for president. And since his election, he has been under attack every single day of his administration by virtually everyone under the sun. The media, the Democratic Party, Hollywood, virtually everybody. Why is that? That is the question that I want to ask here tonight on this Halloween night. And I wanted to bring into your attention the significance, what I believe, the significance of this vote that was taken today. Why on Halloween? And they've been doing this unofficial inquiry for almost 4 weeks with no rules, no historical precedent for this at all. What made today so special? And it is my belief that whether you think Donald Trump is a Christian or not, he may very well not be, and if he isn't, that's between him and God. But one thing is quite certain: you do not achieve the office of the presidency unless God has allowed it to happen, or God has put that man in power or woman. Now, I am of the belief, personally, which I'm entitled to mine, that Donald Trump is God's man for the hour that we're in. I do not personally agree with all his lifestyle and the things and stuff that he has done, but every single one of us has things that we have done that if we had our dirt swept out from underneath the rug, it would bury us alive. And that's just a fact. I tend to judge a man by who his enemies are. And everything that I can see up to this point, the people that are the antithesis of Christianity hate this man. People who are pro-abortion, they hate him. Witches hate him. And matter of fact, on the 25th of October, and every year on the 25th, since he's been in office, somewhere in the neighborhood of 10,000 witches and warlocks and wizards have gathered in New York City, Washington, D.C., places all over this country to pray to their gods, to hex, vex, curse, or cast binding spells on this president. And I find it hard to believe that if he was not appointed there by God, that these witches would not spend and take the effort to assemble themselves to bind this man with their supernatural power. Now, you can think about whatever you like, but I will tell you that that is how I judge it. If the witches and warlocks in this nation are trying to bind you, then they must see you as an enemy. Just food for thought. Now back to this vote. If you have been following this at all, you will know that all these hearings that they've been doing for the past 3 to 4 weeks have all been done in secret. They have selectively put out information that they want you to know and purposely concealed information that they didn't want you to know. You see, these elites, these politicians, and that I use that word politician, it's a combination of 2 words. It means, poly means many, and tick is a bloodsucker. Many bloodsuckers is what you have here. They have done all this in secret, in their secret places, in the basement, the literal basement of the Capitol, where no cameras, nothing can come in and view what is going on. Now I submit to you, if everything was on the up and up, why not do these things out in the open, much like it was with the Clinton impeachment? No, I think there's something much more nefarious going on, something much more of a spiritual nature going on against this president. And I can tell you why. I think that they have mobilized and galvanized themselves against him so much because he is exposing this wickedness for what it is. He's exposing corruption. He is against abortion, which is the source of these evil people's power. That is a human sacrifice that they're making to their God. The small g gods, Moloch, Baal, whatever you want to put the name on it. And he's against it, and he's trying to tear it down. And what these elites are not interested in is having their power took, much like the Pharisees in Jesus' day. Now, I am not comparing Donald Trump to the Lord Jesus. But wherever you find people in power, they will always attempt to hold on to said power, and anybody attempting to take power from them is a perceived threat. Now, these illuminated ones, these political elites, they've gathered themselves in these basements and in closed door meetings and in secrecy, much like the Pharisees did in the days of old, plotting the death of Jesus. It's a very Pharisaic spirit. Not only that, I find that this official vote today was very ritualistic. And if you have watched some of my videos on ritual magic and how this works, how rituals work and draw and summon demonic entities for the purpose of gaining power, you will know that this is exactly what has occurred today. I believe that they picked this day because of its significance on the calendar, on the ritual calendar. The highest day in the satanic realm, in the dark realm. I believe that they have summoned so much dark energy, dark power, dark forces against this president. That is my personal belief. They're fighting so hard because they're getting exposed for what they truly are. all these pedophiles, all these elites. Then it comes out that Jeffrey Epstein, by the way, was murdered. Of course, we all knew that. All these pieces of information coming out slowly, being exposed, the swamp, if you will, being drained. And they cannot have that. So where the president does lack in some spiritual components that I would be supportive of, he's done a lot of great things that I'm very supportive of. And if he's allowed to have another 4 years, Roe v. Wade, abortion, is going to fall. And if it falls, so does their power base. And you will see a liberation in this country that we have not seen since 1972, when abortion was adopted. Because all that ritual sacrifice, all the powers that are summoned from it, will be broken over this land. So I believe that this attempt to impeach or remove this man, whom God has put there, whom used the name Jesus 5 times in his inauguration speech, never been done before, moved the U.S. Embassy back to Jerusalem, biggest supporter of Israel, the people of Israel. I believe that they used this day and this vote as a ritual against this man. And I would submit to you, how much dark power have they summoned today? With all their obelisks and all their ley lines in Washington, D.C. that they have, and all their phallic symbols and all their secret societies. It's much like the days of the prophet Ezekiel. You, my brothers and sisters, go and read the book of Ezekiel chapter 8, and you will see that even the prophet Ezekiel could not see what was going on in these secret and hidden rooms inside the temple until God himself came down and tore a hole in the wall and said, see the greater abominations that they do, what they're doing in secret. You see, there's nothing that's done in darkness that will not be brought to light. And so I submit to you, brothers and sisters, for those of you who support this inquiry, this usurpation of our Constitution and of moral decency against the President of the United States, why not bring it into the open light? If it's nothing to see, then it's nothing to see. They're attempting to throw their rock and hide their hand. They're attempting to do things in the darkness. And any attempt to bring to the light scares them. So yes, I do believe that it was not without significance that this vote happened on Halloween, the highest day on the satanic calendar, followed by tomorrow, All Saints' Day, the next highest. Yes, brothers and sisters, Halloween this year is wrapping up on a very bad note. There's so much in the spirit realm going on. For those who have eyes to see, let them see. And those of you who listen to me on a regular basis, you understand that that realm is very real and that things are going on if you just can open your eyes and see. We're in for a rough road the next 12 months, brothers and sisters. Better strap in and hold on. Till the next time, God keep you and bless you. We love you in the Lord.